And we will get started. So, welcome to our final coaching meeting for the 2018 championship this weekend. It's almost here. Should be a fun conclusion for our 2017-2018 season here in the Valley. So tonight, for all of you, I've got some slides that I'll be covering here, and I'll be reading from it. So if you're just on the phone, you'll still get everything. Gonna cover the agenda for everyone, talk about timeline for the rest of the week, pretty much the next 48 hours, what's going to be happening, give you a preview, a look at all the maps and stuff that's getting posted tomorrow, talk about the coach matches for Saturday, and then we'll jump into questions. So just a reminder for everyone, if this is your first championship, we do start earlier than normal qualifier. So team check-in starts at 7 a.m. and ends. We would like everyone checked in by 8 because that's when opening ceremonies start. Hopefully that won't last longer than a half hour, and we will get everyone out and back to their pits to get ready for the first block of activities from 9 to 12:15. All judging is going to finish by lunch at 12:15, and then rounds 1, 2, and 3, part of 3 of robot game matches will also occur before lunch. Teams get 4 shots at the table at championships. So after lunch, we will do the remainder of round 3 and round 4 robot game matches. There is a snack bar on site for lunch, as well as a food pre-order option, which I'll get into more in a little bit. But the food pre-order is posted still on our website, and we hope to close that by Wednesday. After our final set of robot game matches, we will move to the coach exhibition matches. They were a hit for those that participated in last year. However, we didn't necessarily do a good job of promoting it, so we're trying to do a better job this year. It's a chance to turn the tables, flip things on their heads. The coaches haven't been allowed to touch the robot at all this season, and so what happens if we let them at the table? Between 4 and 5, you'll notice something kind of overlap here. Between 4 and 5 is when we're going to start tearing down the pits, as well as most of the other functions on the event day. And then move everyone into the gymnasium at Sierra for closing ceremonies, in which right before that we should have a robotics competition demonstration, hopefully with some high school teams, and then closing ceremonies from 5 to 6. In terms of what's coming up the next kind of 48 hours, tomorrow we're looking at posting almost everything by noon. So that's going to be the event maps, the pit maps, the pit assignments, your team schedules, the GIA schedules, the Global Innovation Award schedules for those that are participating in that judging track, the stuff from our apparel vendor that'll be on site, as well as the snack bar menu. We are going to be printing judging profiles tomorrow at 6 p.m., so in 24 hours, which means that we need all judging profiles in by then if you are making any edits. If you're not making any edits and you had it in for the qualifier, it'll carry over and we'll use that same profile. And then we're going to post basically what's in the slide deck regarding the coach exhibition matches to the event page tomorrow. For Wednesday is when it's the last day to submit food pre-orders, and that's when practice table sign-up opens, just like it did for the qualifiers. It'll open at noon and close at 6 p.m. on Friday. For those that can see the slide deck, here's a view of the event map. In terms of kind of overall layout, there is a bit of walking, more than a bit of walking, between judging and robot game this year, depending on which pit you're at. If you're in the Sierra pits, the robot game is pretty close, but you'll have a pretty significant walk to judging. If you're at the Buchanan MPR, you'll have some walk for the gymnasium and opening and closing ceremonies. However, judging will be right by you. We're putting 24 teams. Actually, before I get to that, team check-in will be in your assigned pits. So if you're assigned to the MPR in Buchanan, you will check in at the Buchanan MPR. If you're assigned to Sierra, you will check in at Sierra. Practice tables are available in both pits, as we'll get to. There will also be a snack bar in both pit locations. Here are the pit maps and formal pit assignments, which is, a list of assignments by team number, because the team numbers are not necessarily in order on the way they were laid out here. We have 24 teams in the Sierra pit and 36 teams in the Buchanan MPR. We'll have 4 practice tables in the Buchanan MPR and 3 in the Altier MPR. Teams can sign up for whichever practice tables they want, so it's important when you are signing up you know which pit you are located in. Pit assignments were grouped by school and or group coach if they have a common coach as much as possible. And then the Fine Designs apparel booth will be outside. Unlike last year, they were inside. We're going to put them outside the Altier MPR. Again, just for the coach, I've kind of covered the coach matches a little bit already, but letting the coaches run the robot at the table. For this, you'll be able to sign up at the queuing desk in Robot Games. When you check in for the Robot Game area, there'll be a sign-up sheet for it. There is not enough space for every team, so space is limited. So be sure to sign up early, and there'll be a mention. This will also be mentioned during opening ceremonies to help get the kids excited to maybe encourage their coaches to sign up for this. In terms of the snack bar menu, what I have on here, it'll also be posted on our website. There'll be some stuff in the morning for breakfast, as well as some lunch options, which are kind of first come, first serve. If you do pre-order, you're guaranteed whatever you pre-ordered, but whatever remainder is sold here. Also some options for candy and snacks and water and so forth. Pretty much everything's $1 going up, $2 and $6 for stuff at lunch. In terms of our apparel vendor, just wanted to let you guys know that there will be an apparel vendor on site that will have a special exclusive event logo that they'll be able to hot press into various shirt items and things. I'm getting the final list of what they can do for us. What you see here on the screen is last year's. However, if I don't hear back from them soon, this document will go up once I hear from them, so it might not go up tomorrow. In terms of challenge updates, there was actually one challenge update since we've all last met, which would have been our last qualifier on December 16th, or the December 18th update, which was simply the filter lever setup, which the little latch that kind of locks into place when you push the little filter through. It shall be not perched upward, it shall be dropped northward, which I assume is to prevent it from just getting stuck. So minor update, but I thought I'd make note of it. And that is all I had for me. Before I turn over to questions, I wanted to turn it over to Callie to talk about anything she had for judging.
Hello there. Yes, I have a couple points I want to cover before we hop straight into questions. I'll start. This is going to be very similar to what I went over at most of the qualifiers. First things first, no water in the judging room. At this event, we want no water. This is particularly important for project judging, no water. The next one would be the champions cutoff rank is the top 24 ranked teams in Robot Game. So if you want to be eligible for the Champions Award, that is the ranking your team will need to have. The next things, again, you're used to this, but please bring all of your stuff to judging, especially at this event, with the sheer distance potentially between where your pits are and where the judging rooms are. Bring everything with you and keep it outside of the judging room as your team enters. You will probably not have time to run back to your pit to get something for the next judging session. Same as usual, please keep quiet in the hallways. Of course, all the judging rooms are at Buchanan, and they're just going to be in different classrooms, so we really do need teams to be quiet in the hallways, otherwise it will affect judging rooms. Filming is allowed in judging rooms, but please do not stand behind or near judges when filming. Judges have the right to ask you to move away from them if you're getting too close while filming. I understand that the judges have the best view of the kids as they're performing, but that is strategic. I want them to have the best view of the students as they perform their projects and things like that. So yes, you can film, but please don't get near the judges. Another thing, only badged coaches are allowed in the judging rooms with teams. As you all know, if you don't have a badge, you don't have entry to the judging rooms. Also, no youth mentors allowed in rooms, just team members and their badged coaches. My last point, if anyone here is judging for the Global Innovation Award and has previously received an email from me, just a quick reminder that the judging session for that one only for the Global Innovation Award, is at 15 minutes long, starting with a 5-minute project presentation, followed by a 10-minute question and answer. That is only if you're judging for the Global Innovation Award.
And to go off that, it is strategically scheduled to be 10 minutes after a robot game match in the morning. So if you are part of the Global Innovation Award, you will have to bring your project materials to one of your robot game matches because the judging happens at Alta Sierra, and it's kind of intended that you will go to your game match, then to judging, and then back out. So there's a separate document that lists all those details.
That does it for me, though.
Okay, and then I had, I had two things to talk about, and they're both gone. Uh-oh. Hopefully it'll come back to me. So with that, let's turn it over to any questions that anyone has on the phone. Any questions from anyone?
Hey, Michael. Just a quick question about practice table sign-up. Are we going to have to, is it going to indicate on there which that we're signing up for the practice tables in?
Yes, they'll be listed by the Alta Sierra NPR and the Buchanan NPR. The Buchanan NPR will be listed lower, so you have to scroll through all the slots in the Alta one, and then you'll get to the Buchanan one. So yes, it'll indicate which room they're in, and there will be also a document that lists which pit you guys are in.
Okay, thanks.
We're looking for a hopefully clear day on Saturday. So it's maybe a little on the cool side for some people. It's currently scheduled to be 63. It might rain the night prior, or it might have some wet ground, so be aware of that. But hopefully we're looking for a pretty good day. Should also note that we will have a First League Junior Expo starting at, I believe, 2-ish o'clock, 1 or 2, at the Alta Sierra Wrestling Room, which is just south of the gymnasium. So if you have any downtime after your last match, you can definitely go check that out. We'll have 15 teams for the Expo to complement our 60 teams for the actual championship. In terms of the map I have on screen, most teams will go through judging in the 300 building on the north side of the Buchanan campus. Only a handful are going to go on the 500 wing. Your team schedules will indicate where you're going. It's looks the same as you had before, except there's going to be 6 pages for our 60 teams. I wish I cannot remember what I was going to talk about while Cal was talking. Oh, I remember now. Advancement. We have one spot at our event, so the first place Champions Award winner will be granted a spot at the Houston World Festival in April. Should they not be able to make it, it'll cascade down for second and third place. We also have potentially some options for open championships, either at Legoland or other places, and we'll hand those out to our second and third place Champions Award winners as well. So if you do win first, second, or third place champions, we will ask your team to stand by, or a coach to stay behind, after closing ceremonies to chat with us, so we give you next steps. The same thing applies to the Global Innovation Award winner, so we can give you some next steps and what's going to be happening. It's only 2 months, really, to Houston, and there's some deadlines for Global Innovation Award in the next month, I believe, as well, so it's important that we get you guys on that. We will also have some special guests coming to us from First Headquarters this weekend, so that'll be fun to have at our event. So that was what I wanted to talk about. I remember the advancement. Is there any other questions from anyone? Yes, thank you for the reminder. When I last checked yesterday, I have not checked this evening. We still have some open judging spots. So if you have anybody you think could be interested in judging or any of that, we can keep them your team out of their judging track. We'd prefer people not affiliated with teams, but worst comes to worst, we can work around it. But yes, we are still needing, I think, 4 judges and a bunch of other roles. We can probably make 2, but it'd be nice to have some more people in all roles. So yeah, we actually just got another judge, so we're looking at, oh wait, maybe not. Sorry, got confused. So you're still needing 4 judges, yes. Any other questions? Any robot game clarifications? Although we don't have our head refs on the line, so I'll be sure to note them and try to answer them if I can. Any questions regarding judging for Cali? I'll note that there is no public Wi-Fi this weekend, so if you have anything internet-based, make sure any videos, YouTube videos or anything, that you cache them locally. Please do not use anything in the rooms other than what's provided. Oh, and yes, you can film the core values activity, just don't share it until after 12 o'clock once all judging's done. Anything in those areas, judging, robot game, logistics? I would say that reffing is going to try as best as it can to follow the rules as written. There was one event I know where head ref was giving some leniency where he probably shouldn't have in terms of the rules. So. I would say that that we tried to address that afterwards. So definitely that at this event, our Phil and Steven will do their best to ensure that the robot game is scored and follows the rules as written in the challenge guide and updates. Yeah. Yeah, I would definitely count on what's written for the championship. No problem. Any other questions from anyone? I think we have. I have nothing else to add, so unless anyone has any questions, we can go ahead and call it for the evening. Thank you all for attending. If you have any questions that come up, don't hesitate to reach out and email us or post it, on the Coach Facebook page, and we'll get them answered. Be sure to get your food orders in if you are interested in pre-ordering anything, as well as pay attention to all of the documents that I'll be posting in the next 24 hours as we get close to championship on Saturday. So, and if you do have any connections for volunteers, we definitely appreciate any. So with that, thank you all for joining us this evening. We hope you have a good last couple of days of our 2017 hydrodynamic season here in the Valley, and we'll see you Saturday. Take care.
Thank you.